Alright, cool. I think that's everything set up. Yep. Looks good. Alright. So, today we are going to be doing Premiere Draft for the first time. So, yeah. Premiere Draft. It's like drafting, except you could lose a lot of gems if you end up in this area. So that's exciting. Yeah. We're gonna get started. So I understand that Pioneer Masters is somewhat more aggressive than usual. So that's exciting. I've clicked ready. Now we get to draft with actual people, which means time limits. Oh boy. Alright, that is terrible. That is fine in this aggressive format, probably. This seems very good. But do I commit to red-white immediately? I understand it is like the best archetype, or one of the best archetypes. I think we're gonna go for it. Let's go red-white. It'll be fine. Alright, and then here we have more heroic stuff. And we could have a rare land, but it doesn't seem like a very good rare land, so we're just going to take more heroic stuff. Alright, now we have to figure out how to actually make this work. So this is a 5/2 first strike trampler. That's pretty good. This is just like a 2/2. I don't know, I guess we take the scary first strike trampler guy. So if we're doing heroic, we need to actually get, like, heroic stuff. Like, stuff that targets. Right? None of this is super exciting. I guess I could take, like, a guild gate, or I could take... I mean, that's not very good, is it? That's pretty bad. This is a 3-mana first strike lifelinker. I think I'm going to take a guild gate. Just have good colors. Monastery Swift Spear is a decent card. A Crone Crusader is more heroic. I think we just take the Haste Prowess, or probably Kabira Takedown. Gotta have some removal, I guess. Dreadbore is exciting. But I have a couple white cards. If Dreadbore is going this late... I don't know. I feel like we might end up going black. Like white-black or something. I don't know. Alright. We might go red-black. We might go red-black, splashing white. I just really love Dreadbore. It's a great card. Dragon Mantle. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. So I don't know what we're doing in terms of colors. If we're going to be going red-black, then Nantuko Husk will be good. This is on color at least. We're definitely going to be in red. The question is, are we red-black or white or red-white? That is the question here. 2 Dreadbores super late. Like, red-black has got to be open, right? There's no way you get 2 Dreadbores that late if there are people actually picking red-black. Devour Flesh is fine, I guess. It's a removal spell. I don't want to be really gaining my opponent life, but I'll take it. Alright, turn Centaur is quite bad. And that's obviously not on color. Pia and Kieran Nolar. Lovely. Is there any consideration to anything else? I mean, this is just clearly much better than... Yeah, it's gotta be. Gotta take the on-color rare. And Draconic Roar is kind of good. Another Dreadbore, though. Are we just gonna be like red-black Dreadbore deck? Yeah, this is kind of... I guess we could take this guy. Gosh, this is where, you know, knowing what you're doing would be helpful. I think we're in red-black, but... I don't know, man. The pressure of having all of these packs piling up is a lot. Alright, so that could be a closer, which I'd like. The black hasn't been showing up in this pack, though. Sack a creature, get something back. No, that's not very good. I guess we just take that and an extort bat. That's not really what I want to be doing. But it's the only on-color one. This does heroic stuff and is pretty aggressive. So we're super heavy red. And I don't know if we're black or white. Alright, this deck is kind of scuffed. I'm not happy with this. I guess... I mean, we're going to have instants to sorceries in our graveyard, so that card's got to be pretty good, right? So we're like borderline mono-red at this point. I don't know, random Crypt Incursion to the sideboard. None of those are any good. None of those are any good. Just waiting. Alright. That's a black card. That's a random guild gate. Alright, third pack. So we have this. Is this a zombie? Yes, that's technically a zombie. That's super lame, though, I guess. I guess that's a thing. Goblin Rabblemaster is beautiful. Love that. That's the sort of card you want to be seeing. We're still not solving the problem of which other color to pick, though. Like, we need more good black cards. So we have 3 Dreadbores, which is great. Nantuko Husk is fine. And other than that, our black splash has kind of failed. I don't know, I guess we take a 1/1 Death Touch. We still have a lot of picks. We still have a hope of putting something together. And we do have some good cards in here. Alright, that is kind of exciting. Undead Butler? I guess we can take an Undead Butler. I like the haste. 2 mana, 2/2 haste isn't awful. So that's just devotion nonsense. This is pretty good, I think. Just a janky removal spell. I have no idea how we're gonna get this top end going. Alright, we can have a combat trick. We do have a good amount of heroic stuff from earlier, so I guess a combat trick doesn't hurt. And another Fall of the Hammer, I guess. More removal is fine. More removal is fine. Random discard shenanigans, I guess. Alright. We sort of have something going with red-black. Another random Gurmag Angler, which I don't think we're going to be able to mill super well. So I don't know how well Gurmag Angler is going to work out. And then random black-green and black-green. Alright, so this... Take the white stuff out. Where was that? Yeah, Anax and Cymede. Alright, so we take the white stuff out. We're left with, like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we have a decent number of black spells, but some of these are not great. Like, Dreadhound could be a thing, but probably not. Stone Shock Giant, also probably not a thing, but if I flood, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm going to cut those. This can stay at the top end because, I mean, it's an MDFC. This is 4 mana 3/3 Menace, which Bestow of 7 is crazy. I think I'm going to cut that. So Rescue from the Underworld. What does this even do? You sack a creature. You grab a creature back at the beginning of your next upkeep. Okay. I guess. So I have Pia and Kira and Nalar. I don't really have artifacts. I mean, I have, like, this guy. Alright, is Dark Deal good? Probably not. Devour Flesh. Basilica Screechers, Extort. Alright, how much heroic stuff ended up still in the deck? We have this. There's no way this is good, right? Probably not. So how much heroic stuff is still in here? We have... none? Where did all the heroic stuff go? I just wanted drafted like a bunch of cards for that. Was it all the white stuff? Yeah, okay. All my heroic stuff was the white cards. So in that case, coordinated assault, I mean, it's still fine. None of these cards are terrible. Baleful Eidolon is pretty bad. Yep, we are definitely doing something. How many creatures that power 4 or greater do I even have? Like, is that even a thing? I have a couple. Literally like 1 or 2. Alright, that has to go. So what am I bringing in then? I guess I can bring in Dreadhound as like a top-end finisher? Maybe? I don't know. Am I crazy? Dude, didn't I draft a zombie butler guy? Bro, I'm going crazy. There are cards that I could have sworn I drafted that just aren't in here. Is this card even good? I mean, I have like a couple of tokens. I have a couple of small cards. It's probably fine. Is this a zombie? Yes, that's a zombie. Alright, I have enough zombies that like maybe this can get me something back. I don't know, we're gonna try it. I have no idea if this is good or not. I'm not super well versed in limited aggro. But we've got a fair curve. We're gonna give it a try. We have lots of Dreadbores. Alright, so I cannot actually cast my creatures, but I have 2 lands, I have 2 removal spells. I'm going to lead on a mountain, because if I top deck a mountain, then I can play Ash Zealot and get Kraken. Are they gates or are they blue-white? Alright, they are apparently neither. So this is... Alright, so they have that. They are just blue-white, and we're going to just get rid of that immediately. Alright, so now I have 3 mana, and I guess I will play my 2/2 haste. Alright, we now officially have a clock. They've played a blue-red tap land. Wandering Fumarole. Could be a 1/4 or a 4/1. That's fun. So I'd like to top deck another land. Alright, Gearcrafter is fine. I would have loved another land so I could play some bigger guys, but we're going to play a 3 mana 2/1. Very exciting. Alright, they're Valakut Awakening. So are they straight up Jeskai? Like Jeskai gates? Are they like a gates deck that just hasn't drawn any gates? Or what? Alright, they've made my guy asleep. Well, I think we attack, and I think we coordinated assault. to give our guys first strike. So that's fun. And then we play out the Nantuko Husk. So this can turn this into damage, so that's nice. But our janky Jeskai opponent does have a lot of mana, so we might start to be in trouble here. Archaeomancer. They are super dirtily and slow. Okay. Noted. So now we have 5 mana. I think we attack with all our guys. And we take the trade. And we put out more power onto the board. So Nantuko Husk could be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So they could be dead if they have no interaction. Lotus Eye Mystics. They're going to get an enchantment back, but they didn't have any. So that just is a 4 mana 3/2 prowess. Please just tap out for Valakut Awakening so that I can kill you. That would be swell. Please just tap out for Valakut Awakening. Goblin Rabblemaster. Alright, so I can play this. I can Dreadbore the Lotus Eye Mystic. So they have to have some answer, otherwise they die. And they just tap out for Valakut Awakening. And they die. If I did my math correctly, that is. Alright, so this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to sack that, so it's 10. I'm going to sack the Rabblemaster. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And dead. Alright, Nantuko Husk is messed up. This is something that is known. Nantuko Husk unblocked with a bunch of random tokens is a lot of damage. Alright, that's 1 win. We managed to get a win. So 3 wins isn't completely embarrassing in terms of value. We want 4 wins at least. So we can do another draft of this. This sucks. This is fine to good. I think we throw back this guy. He's just like big and expensive. So we're going to go Basilica Screecher, Goblin Rabblemaster, and then hopefully that is just enough in itself. Pia and Kiran Nalar. Scytheclaw Raptor. Why is there still a Boros Guildgate in my deck? That's no good. Whoopsie. Oh, I didn't... Oh yeah, I have to attack with that because Goblin Rabblemaster. That's fine. They are doing blue-red spells. Alright. They unfortunately have a removal spell for my Goblin Rabblemaster. Boros Guildgate. Alright, well I can Ash Zealot with Extort. And continue racing. If I draw a land, I can like exploit the Butcher. Alright, so we have this. We could Devour Flesh, or we can PN Kirin Nalar with Extort. I think we have to get PN Kirin Nalar out, and we can Extort. Alright, so this race is kind of sketch. They have a lot of 3 toughness creatures, which is great for my Silmagar Butcher. Yep. It's expected. Alright, I think we double block their 4/3. Just get that guy out of there. I don't know. Alright, well, I think we Devour Flesh here and Extort it so that they won't gain quite as much life. But yeah, this Boris Guildgate not being a basic swamp is kind of annoying. Alright, that is very good against Devour Flesh. If only they didn't have a removal spell for my Goblin Rabble Master, it would be doing great right now, but as it is, we're in a lot of trouble. Yikes. So we're super far behind at this point, and we don't really have much comeback mechanic. So we can exploit our guy to kill... I think I have to kill their flyer, just because that could get big. So that is never going to get... That's never going to get more toughness, so yeah, they're just going to trade there. Alright, the top end is here. So we have Dreadhound, so that is fun. Hopefully they just can't deal with that. That only works against red or green stuff, which is fine by me. Rescue from the Underworld. I do not want to sacrifice my Dreadhound. I will not be casting that. I guess we attack first, and then we Devour Flesh. So again, Devour Flesh not the greatest removal spell here. It does let them gain some life. They have a Thassa, which doesn't really do all that much. They're nowhere near Devotion. Alright, they've left themselves dead to a removal spell. So I can give that a Dragon Mantle to draw a card. I'm looking for a Dreadbore. I guess I could play out a Nantuko Husk. Yep, so there goes their second to last creature. Dreadhound might bring me all the way. It's looking pretty good at the moment. I even have Rescue from the Underworld, which currently could get a Goblin Rabble Master back. And yeah, they obviously cannot. They have to chump block the Dreadhound here. Alright, Brineborn Cutthroat coming in. So that's just going to trade off. And they lose a bunch of life to Dreadhound. Alright. So if we get... We're very, very close. That's going to create chump blockers, but I think Rescue from the Underworld is actually going to... It might win me the game here. Alright. So we can attack. They do not have the artifacts to throw. So they would need 3 artifacts to throw all of them and kill me. They throw 1, they go to 1. Right, we're in combat right now. I can play Random Idiot. Sack it as an additional cost to casting a spell. Kill them with Dreadhound Trigger. Alright, well that was crazy. Dreadhound confirmed good top end, I guess. We did not, under any circumstances, deserve to win that game. That was kind of messed up of me. Alright, we're at 2 wins now. 1 more to get into the not embarrassing returns category, but that was a crazy win. I'm not gonna lie, we should have died there. We absolutely should not have won that game, but we got there with the power of Dreadhound, I guess. And they were totally gonna kill us too. Like, they had Pia and Kira Nalar. Alright, Clam Chowder. Let's see if we can run you over as well. We have a Tapland, an Ash Zealot, eventually a Pia and Kira. Yeah, this is fine. Tapland, go. Dreadbore, that's fun. So haste is a good ability. Just turn the pressure on immediately. Opponent is probably doing Gates. They might be doing Selesnya. There's a green mana and a Fleece Mane Lion, which is a 2-mana 3/3. Alright. I think we combat trick them. Alright, they don't fall for it. In that case, I think we just Dreadbore that. And next turn we can play Pia and Kira Nalar. Continue getting in, hopefully. So the question is, are they green-white or are they Gates? They looking a lot like green-white. They are looking a lot like a green-white deck, which is interesting. And they are thinking and thinking and thinking. 3/2 reach, trample. Alright, so that doesn't block my first striker. You love that. Boros Guildgate coming in clutch again. And when I say clutch, I mean absolutely terrible. I'm going to take that out after this game. If I remember. Alright. So we have our Pia and Kieran Nalar. So we are now officially quite wide. And they have 4 mana. Okay, so that is just 3/2 reach trampler once it enters. Not really scary. I can blow it out with coordinated assault if they try to block with it. Opponent is taking their time. Alright. So they do have that, which is a do-nothing spell, which you love to see. I do love it when my opponents cast their do-nothing spells. So they're going to block one of those, and I'm going to get them with Coordinated Assault. Yep. So I can give that first strike so it wins the combat, and then give the other to just something that's getting through for damage. Alright, and so this is starting to become a real threat of dealing 2. Fall of the Hammer, not the best removal spell. It only deals 2 at the moment. Alright. I'm going to take the swing. And if they try to flash something, and I can Cruel Revival it, so that's fun. Create X 1/1 White Warrior creature tokens. Yes, that is fine. I don't even have anything worth Cruel Revivaling. Alright, well, I'm going to save my Pia and Kieran Nalar. So they do have a token now to populate from, but it's just going to be too slow, I think. They're at 5. I have 3 artifacts. So I could, over the next couple of turns, just fling them down. Alright. They have a reach. They have a reach creature. I think if I Dreadbore that, they're dead? Probably close, at least. Yep, they have conceded. Alright, yeah, opponent was... They were doing something cute, and doing something cute is not what you want to see when you're, you know... You don't want to be doing something cute when your opponent is attacking with a 2/2 haste on turn 2. That's what I'll say about that. Alright, so we are officially 3-0. Just keep the wins coming. I would not complain about a 7-0 finish. I certainly would not complain. All right. Currently waiting. Waiting. Alright, so far, I'm loving this deck. I'm not really an aggro player most of the time. I like my grindy control nonsense, but this has been fun. It's also a little bit grindy, like we won that first game with the 6-mana guy. This is a mulligan on account of the mana base. Double swamp, ain't it, Chief? I forgot to take the Boros Guildgate out. We're going to keep this and throw the stupid Guildgate back. Alright. Well, the mana base is scuffed because of that stupid guild gate. They are playing black sources, and I'm playing red sources. I would love to hit my third land drop. I'm going to feel very silly if I die to lack of lands. Alright, they're going to be drawing cards. Are they mono black, or are they just like... Alright. We have officially missed our land drop. So we have no castable spells. We still have no castable spells. I think we throw that away, just to let them know what's happening. Sphinx's tutelage? Oh god. They're playing mill. Alright, well, here we are, I guess. Homebound Lich. Yep, that's a fine card. Oh, if I had hit my land drops, this would be going so well. Yep, there we go. Alright, hit a land drop. It's not completely over. We have a 1/1 Thopter in play that can attack. Yeah, we might mill. Yep, alright. We are down to 16 cards in library. An opponent just keeps drawing cards. Sphinx's tutelage? Really? This is what I'm losing to? I hate this. I think we have to leave up Coordinated Assault to try to block their Tomebound Lich. But, yeah, okay. We're done here. That was devastating in a lot of ways. We lost to mill. Alright. Get this stupid guild gate out of here and give me another swamp, because I have a double red card on 2. Or another mountain, rather. I don't know why I said swamp. Alright, so that was a devastating loss. We're going to bounce back. This has no castable spells. This almost has castable spells. This almost has castable spells. We're going to throw back a Basilicus creature. Alright, we're doing this again. Blood Tithe Harvester. Alright. We hit the swamp. We're going to run out an Antuco Husk. I think it might have been worth... I don't think we trade here. I think our Husk is going to be better than our Harvester. Alright, now I think we run out the Bloodfire Enforcer. And we just continue to pass. Alright. So they have that. So, yeah, they can kill the Nantuko Husk. And trade for my Bloodfire Enforcers. Alright, so this is a thing that is happening. I think we just play the Piankirin. So now we have 4 power. This can't really attack ever. Yet they can continue to trade 1 for 1. I'm not gonna... Let's see, I think I will block that. They might combat trick me. Nope. Just an even trade. And we can play this guy out. And... do we even just jam the 3-1? I think we just jam the 3-1. It's kind of aggressive, but I think I need to be kind of aggressive here. They have their own PA and Kieran Nallard. Devour Flesh is officially useless. Good to know. I think we have to stay on defense, unfortunately, which doesn't bode well against this, but we can't afford to attack. Alright, well, Rimrock Knight can't block, so I should have attacked with that at least. This is very bad. Just need to get some of their creatures out of the way. Yep. And they sacked the blood for that, not even a creature. Alright, we have Goblin Rabblemaster, so that's a thing. And we are forced to attack. And I guess we force them to sacrifice something now while they can't just throw to kill... Yeah, okay, so they're going to throw the Thopter to kill the Rabblemaster, probably. Unless they just have a removal spell. So they can make that trade at any time. So I may as well make this trade while I can. Erebos, God of the Dead, and now they can draw cards. Yep, and we're gonna fall short. Because they can draw a ton of cards here and have infinite gas. I can at least get rid of their Pia and Kieran. But I do not know if there's anything that can ever get me back from this. Yeah, no, they just play 2 hasters. And a Gurmag Angler. Yep. I do not have, believe it or not, I do not have any sweepers in my limited deck. Alright. Well, that was another unfortunate loss. So currently we are 3 wins, 2 losses. We need another win to get enough gems so that I can just play another round. And obviously more than one additional win would be great. So we're going to hope for that. I would love to play against some dirtily Selesnya tokens deck again. That would be fun. That would be fun for me. All right, currently waiting. And we find an opponent. All right, we have a bit of a curve. Not a super exciting curve, but it's a bit of a curve. 3, 4, 5. All right. That's a big brick wall. It's a big brick wall. This guy can get through that. Creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Alright. Noted. Dreadbore is a great draw. We're just going to play out our creatures because they enter tapped. Alright, they're attacking. I think we play this one out and make our attack. So next turn we can do Dreadbore stuff. They have a lot of creatures. They haven't actually cast any like targeting stuff yet, so that's fun. We're gonna attack and then do a combat trick to beat them. Alright, so we can do both of that, and then I think just getting through their creature is going to be good. So we kill those, and that puts a counter on itself, that puts a counter on everything. I think we get rid of the Phalanx Leader. And we say, hopefully this is good enough. This guy is first strike and trample now. And they have only played white mana sources. Alright, we could butcher. Or we could just Dreadbore. Yeah, I think we save the Dreadbore. I think we butcher, exploit the Thopter, sack you, kill you, and crash on in for 7. And they concede. Yep. We had dead on board. We even had another removal spell in hand. And I'm thinking they were probably just playing loads of stuff that targets their things. Alright. So we did get up to 4 wins, which means we can officially play another draft after this one. I would love to get more wins for the extra value. Every win counts. They're all big value. Alright. Every win counts. Just gotta get another one. Okay, the My Little Pony avatar. That's certainly a choice. This is no creatures. I don't think we can keep a 0 creature start. This is, I guess, a creature start. We're gonna throw back Cruel Revival because it's very bad. And I hope to draw a swamp at some point. Ooh, we drew a swamp at some point. That's good. So now we can go Ash Zealot into Rabblemaster. They're red-white heroic. So that obviously can't really block. My Ash Zealot is just too strong. First strike. Now, I would love this Goblin Rabblemaster to actually live for a turn. So far, every Goblin Rabblemaster I've played has been instantly killed, and I would love for that not to be the case this time. And their Witch's Mark, which is quite good. And they can play a Legion Loyalist. Alright. Well, I think getting the Rabblemaster going earlier is going to be better. This is not like lifelink or anything. So I can just take another 5 and be pretty good. And then I can Dreadbore the hero, Devour the Legion Loyalist, or whatever else they play. Alright, Dreadbore you. It's super awkward that I only have one swamp, but it's not terrible. Alright, so their 4/4 is gone. And now we jam. Doo-doo-doo. Turning red creatures sideways. It's a classic. So you could trade with a goblin, you could chump the Rabble Master, or chump the Ash Zealot? But why? Oh, they want it to live. That makes sense. Alright, so yeah. I guess they wanted their Legion Loyalist to stay alive. But this does mean that my Rabble Master is still alive, and Rabble Master is a lot better than Legion Loyalist. So that's kind of an interesting choice on their part. I would have loved to draw another swamp there, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to get rid of their blocker and swing for a bunch. I didn't do the math. Yeah, so they would have been at 1 if I hadn't done that, which is fine either way. They're in a lot of trouble. They're going to need life gain. Like, they simply cannot make it by like 1-for-1 removal spelling, I think. Yeah, they can tap 2 creatures. That's fine. I'm going to attack with my other 2 creatures. My other 3 creatures, in fact. And we get there. Goblin Rabble Master, when unanswered, is a monster. And they could have answered it. They chose not to. And we're completing some quests, doing some stuff. Alright, we have officially made 100 gems on this draft. And now, we are just pushing for even more value. I would love to just go 7-2. I'm not super sure that that's likely to happen. Certainly not with this hand, which doesn't really do much. This hand is great. We're going to throw back the second removal spell. Dreadbore is much better. Always lead on a mountain, because I might top deck the red 2/2. I did not. So I'll play a swamp. And we go Gearcrafter into Pia and Kieran. Just playing my guys. So they're going to be blue-red. They're going to be spells, probably. They have their own Gearcrafter. Am I fine delaying Pia and Kieran for a turn to blow them out on this trade? I think so. I think this is quite good for me. Just completely delete their version of the card. Now I could have a Pia and Kieran in play. Alright, and they have to spend an additional card. They spend 2 additional cards getting rid of my Gearcrafter. That's fantastic. Now hopefully that's somewhat cleared the way for Pia and Kieran. I've noticed that I think they missed a land drop at some point. They just played a swamp. They're 3 colors. Alright, so they do have a removal spell for Pia and Kieran, which is quite annoying. So now we're grinding versus a Grixis deck. At a Gateway Plaza. Alright, so they are definitely 3 color. They wouldn't just like casually play a Gateway Plaza otherwise. We're gonna try to beat them down with one power flyers, I guess. That's a plan. We have this Dread Boar for their next creature. They have their own Dread Boar for my creature. I think I'm fine with that going there. Yes, I am absolutely fine with that Dread Boar going there, because we top deck the Rabble Master. Alright. Now the pressure is on. We're just going to keep swinging with 1/1s. And please don't kill my Rabble Master. Notion Thief. That's fine, I don't care about that. I am not a deck that draws cards. I am a deck that kills people. And Possessed Scob is going to get back their Dreadbore, probably, and kill my Rabble Master. That would certainly be the best move. Looks like they know to do it. And they attack for 3. Alright. Grimrock Knight is quite good. Lets me push just a little bit of extra damage. And it's a 3/1. So now I have 6 power, they're at 8, which is not quite lethal, but this is an awkward position for them, and they are attacking. Alright. So they're probably going to kill the Rimrock Knight, if I had to guess. If I had to guess, they're going to kill my 3-power creature. Yep, they are. Alright, somehow, after all of this, this is not... does not have keywords. But I'm still going to play it and just have a 5/2. So I'm lacking an instant. If I get an instant, then obviously they're kind of screwed. And they concede. Alright. We take those. Up to gold 2. Not that it really matters all that much. But we are officially 6-2. Playing for the victory. One more win is another 400 gems and another pack. And if we lose here, then we lose here. The last game to one game to finish it all off. And I would love this to be a victory. This would be the greatest time to have an easy game. I would just love to sail into 7-2. Alright, we have found an opponent, and it is Watts. Alright, this is no good. This is pretty good. I think I throw back a swamp. Don't need a huge amount of mana. We do need 2 mountains for Ash Zealot. I think this might end up being a spell. Hard to say. Opponent is playing blue. And they're playing blue cantrips. Alright. Flying Bestow guy. Okay. So they are blue-red. They're going to be blue-red Spellslinger then. Fair enough. I'm going to kill your weird guy. And crash in for another 2. The 6 mana 4/5 trample is far from exciting. Ash Zealot being a 2-power first strike, very relevant here. Not going to block. I unfortunately have to just pass. So this could be quite good if they try to put a better blocker out. But I would love to draw like an actual card. Oh yeah, they can Witch's Mark. That's fine by me. Or are they going to try to race? They are going to try to race. Okay. Reasonable decision. And we draw a Cruel Revival. I do not have a zombie in the bin to get with that, but I'll hold it up nonetheless. I don't have many zombies in my deck, but this is just instant speed removal spell, which can't be that bad. They are considering again. And I wonder what they're even looking for. Alright. Obviously, I'm just going to let them go second main phase, see how they use their mana. Probably Cruel Revival something. There's a good chance of that happening. Okay, they are going to Treasure Cruise. That's a lot of cards. I don't love that for me. Alright, I'm going to blow up the Gear Crafter. And they might blow up my Ash Zealot in response. Yep. That makes sense. Well, we're chilling now. Ah yes, this is the time where I want my Silumgar Butcher to show up. Right after all of my creatures have died. Alright, so I at least have a 3-3, they have a 1-1. So I'm technically winning the race. They can play a Scob. Rescue from the Underworld it's a thing, but I would have loved that just to be a 6th land, so I could play my Akum Warrior. Alright, so they are going to Selendi Visions. I'm going to Supernatural Stamina and get them a little bit. Boop. So they trade, my guy comes back. Obviously not going to sacrifice it. Storm Chaser Mage. And kill my guy. Alright, so I am down to 7. I do get to play my 4/5 trample, which is something, but I think we're probably going to fall short here. Unless their hand is pretty bad, which is certainly possible. This card is quite bad in this situation. Alright. Dreadbore. Get rid of their scariest guy. Now we are racing. Now we are racing. Pod racing, you might even say. Yep, alright. They had a giant burn spell and killed me. So we didn't quite get the 7 wins. We got 6 wins, which is still a lot of wins. And claim a whole bunch of loot. And head right back in. We're going to try another one. So yeah, our deck there was decent. I wouldn't call it exciting. There was definitely a lot of clunk. A lot of stuff didn't quite work out. Like the expensive 5 mana removal spells, for example. Alright. The table is ready, except for one person. Alright. Come on, last person. Please be here. Yes, they have arrived. Alright, Farrakha, God of Affliction. That's not great. Sylvan Caryatid is fine. Are any of these cards, like, actively exciting? Not really. I'm just gonna take Sylvan Caryatid. And honestly, like, partially just a rare draft thing. I don't think green is where I want to be. Mentor of the Meek, maybe. I think just taking a good removal spell is going to be fine. So this is the thing about premium draft, which is you do have to kind of move fast. You can't spend that much time thinking. But then sometimes you move too fast, and now you're sitting here waiting. So we're looking something along the lines of red-white heroic, or maybe blue-white flyers. We got like halfway. We got like a quarter of the way into a red-white heroic deck last time and pivoted to black, which turned out to be a good decision. Dark Deal is certainly not where you want to be. Boulder Salvo is fine. I think just like a good heroic enchantment. Alright, so that is good for sacrificing stuff. Laguna Band Trailblazer is pretty good for heroic stuff, which I think I'm going to be going into, at least so far. Alright, so this is just a 2-mana removal spell. Seems great to me. Certainly not going to complain about a 2-mana removal spell. Neither Spell Mastery. Alright. So we're pretty solid on white at this point. Got some good cards. We need heroics. We need heroic things. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. We need heroic payoffs, and we need a second color. Heliod's Pilgrim is good. Wild Slash is a great removal spell. Wild Slash is a fantastic removal spell, so I'm going to take it and probably go into red-white. The other option was like picking some white cards, which aren't very exciting. Alright, someone is hogging all of the packs. So I guess we're gonna wait for a bit. We're definitely looking at red-white heroic. We have one Artful Maneuver to trigger heroic, and we have one Laguna Band Trailblazer to have heroic triggered on it. So, not super exciting so far. But we are still very early. Sylvan Caryatid, I'm going to say go to the sideboard. I don't think I'm going to be doing Selesnya. Bruh. Please. Alright, the person in front of me has a pack. So you're going to see a pack. Alright, and this is not even a good pack. It's got one on-color card, and it's not exciting. Alright, so I think this person is... Are they AFK, or are they just very slow? The person after them has a pack, so they might just be very slow. If they're very slow, then I don't know. Sorry, speed up please. Alright, so here we have Ordeal of Perforos, which is an aura. Yeah, I guess it's not a very... It's probably fine, right? Alright, I think I've seen enough evidence to suggest that this person is actually here and just very slow. So yeah, we are waiting. We are waiting. We are all the way around the circle from them. Alright. The person in front of the person in front of me has a pack. Yeah, they are here. They're just taking like the maximum time possible each one. Alright. So we have a Crone Crusader. That is certainly the pick here. I guess we could take a horrible bestow creature, but just like a 1-mana. A 1-mana thing with heroic is obviously the play. Alright, Boulder Salvo is removal. Boros Guildgate is... I don't know about tap lands. Like, we are playing an aggressive deck. It might still be worth it, but I don't know about that. Alright, they are speeding up. They are down to only 3 packs. Alright, yeah, we're just... Alright, they have done it. They have selected all of their packs, or possibly just like timed out and forced to select them. But stuff is moving now. They must have timed out, like... There's no way. It's kind of unbelievable that these people all picked so quickly. Probably obvious packs for them. Alright, there is a pack coming around. Got to pay attention and wait for it. Bro, the content is incredible. Just waiting on other players to pass a draft pack. Just the most wonderful content ever. 2 players... There's a brief moment where exactly 2 players had all of the packs. Alright, almost. And no playables. Grab a Crypt Incursion, I guess. Humble Defector, I guess. That seems terrible, but... Alright. Just black spells and green spells. Alright, pack 2. We could have a tap land, which would be good for rare draft value. But I don't think even that's like a playable one. That doesn't seem very good. Ardenvale Tactician seems quite good, though. Flyer, that can also do tempo stuff. That can also like trigger heroic. If I just tap my own guy post-combat, for example, that could be fun. Alright, Pia and Kira Nalaar got passed to us. And it is just an automatic pick in any red deck. Like, super easy there. No thought required. Hero of Iroas. Or Witch's Mark. That's a tough pick. I think I'm going to grab Hero of Iroas. We just need payoffs for our heroic. And the fact that this stuff is getting passed to us means that it's probably pretty open. Like, there could be some crazy stuff that they picked instead, but I think red-white is pretty open at this table at the moment. I mean, even Pia and Kira Nalaar got passed to us, so this opponent certainly isn't in red, if nothing else. Alright. Alright, Extricator of Sin. It's an 0-3 that can make you a 3-2, transform into a 3-5. It seems, not gonna lie, kind of bad. Heliod's Pilgrim. Search your library for an aura. I think search your library for an aura. It's tough between the two. Dragon Mantle is very good. It just draws a card and triggers heroic. That's all you really want. And then it also, like, fire breathing can just obliterate your opponent sometimes if they don't have the blocker. Alright. Bring to Light is a tempting rare draft, but I'm just going to take the Hero of Iroas. My plan here is to just draft good decks and then open the rares in packs. Alright. Eidolon of Rhetoric. Sajiri Shelter seems awesome. It's protection that triggers heroic. None of the others seem fine but not exciting. Alright, we could have Bloodfire Enforcers was fine last time. Lotus Eye Mystics is, I think, a pretty good card in general, and I do have some enchantments. Alright, this pack is just god-awful. None of these matter. What is our deck looking like at the moment? We have 10 creatures, 3 instants, 3 sorceries, 3 auras. So we are looking for payoffs at this point. Not going to find them in that pack. We're looking for stuff to do to trigger heroic. Get rid of you. There's a bot in my chat. Don't worry about it. Alright. Here, Witch's Mark is fantastic. That's crazy to get this late. And red-white is definitely open. This card is very good. So yeah, I think red-white is just straight up wide open. Like, I think literal no one is picking it. Alright, another Boundary Lands Ranger. Random Commune with the Gods. Almost done with pack 2. So we have 13 creatures and like 10-ish instants and sorceries. Alright, so pack 3. We could take another Sajiri Shelter. Or we could take a removal spell. I think Sajiri Shelter is probably better. I don't know. Draconic Roar is an easy one. Ardenvale Tactician. No, I think we do need more removal spells, so we're gonna take the burn spell. So this gives all of my other stuff First Strike and Trample. It's a 1/1 haste, or I could take Monastery Swift Spear. I'm gonna take Legion Loyalist. Or it's tough, but I'm gonna take Legion Loyalist on the back of, like, it's good in my deck and it's a rare. Alright. So we got past Anax and Cymede, which is great. Now we really need to be, like, ignoring good cards to pick like instants and sorceries, combat tricks and the like. We have some, but I would like a couple more. Alright. Packs are pretty dispersed at the moment, so that's nice. But they aren't coming to me. So yeah, we have 12 instant sorceries and enchantments. We have 17 creatures, which is probably a good number of creatures. I mean, Rimrock Knight is both. Rimrock Knight is both. That seems great. Sorry, Anax and Cymede, but I do actually need stuff for both sides. So yeah, this card just like does whatever you need it to do. It can trigger heroic on something else, or it can be a creature to have heroic triggered on. So we're gonna take it. Boulder Salvo is a removal spell. I think having removal spells isn't going to hurt. And we suddenly got past a lot of packs. Ash Zealot, I guess, was pretty good last run. Frostburn Weird is not great. I guess we take the Bloodfire Enforcers as just like a fine-ish card. I have instants and sorceries in here. Alright, we even have another Witch's Mark. It's tempting to take the Ardenvale Tactician as well. I don't know which is right. Both cards seem decent. Another Humble Defector, which is almost certainly not going to be played. And a Halo Scarab, I guess. Again, not the sort of thing I see myself actually putting in the deck, but you never know. Alright, let's see here. None of these are exciting. I guess we can take the horrible bestow thing and Shipbreaker Kraken, and that's that. Alright, so in terms of cuts, we cut the Scarab, we cut the Humble Defectors. 2-mana 2/1 isn't really exciting. We have a lot of 2-mana spells, by the way. Stone Shock Giant can be top end, I guess. Perforos's Emissary is awful, I think. I guess we can keep that in as top end, or we could cut it. How many enchantments do I even have? No, please. I have 3 enchantments. So I think the odds of Heliod's Pilgrim... Well, Heliod's Pilgrim is good, because it can get me, like, my 1 of Ordeal of Perforos. I think Lotus Eye Mystics is just never going to trigger. Boundary Lands Ranger also seems kind of sus. It's pretty much just a 2-mana 2/2 vanilla. So 5 more cuts. I could cut... I don't want to cut a Sajiri's Shelter, because that's a land and a spell. We do have a lot of 2-mana removal spells. I could see cutting one of them, but probably not. I think the Stone Shock Giant can go. I think it's just too big for what our deck is trying to do. And I think we cut the Swift Reckoning. It's a 2-mana removal spell, which is a lot less flexible than Compulsory Rest or Draconic Roar. And we have 2 more cuts to make. 2 more cuts to make. And all of these cards seem good. I do need like big haymakers to close it out, and a 5/2 first strike trample would certainly get the job done. P and Kieran Nalaar is great. Heliod's Pilgrim can get me a Compulsory Rest or a Dragon Mantle or an Ordeal of Perforos, all of which seems quite good. Is there anything in here that like snuck in that I don't actually want to be playing? I guess Gear per Gearcrafter is kind of mid. And I guess we can cut the Bloodfire Enforcers. We'll see how this goes. We might bring in more top end later. But we're going to try this. I'm going to try it like this, see what happens. Alright, this is pretty good. Can lead on Laguna Band Trailblazer, I think, and then Ordeal of Perforos it, and then Witch's Mark it. Alright, they have a Glade Cover Scout. That's fine. I'm going to be attacking with a 1/5-ish, 2/6, I think is what it's going to be by the time it actually gets into combat. Boom. And every time it attacks, you put a counter on it. And then if it has 3 or more counters on it, you sack this and deal 3 to any target. Which seems quite good. Hero of Iroas. Legion Loyalist is not hugely exciting. I'm going to Witch's Mark first. Discard an extra planes to draw 2 cards. And then go Mountain Legion Loyalist. And we swing in. 3 damage to any target is going to be my opponent's face. So they can trade with the Legion Loyalist. But they are at 10, and I have a 5/9. And if I untap here, I'm just going to keep up Sajiri Shelter for the rest of the game and win off of the back of my 5 power creature. Please let me untap. It would be very funny if you let me untap with my 1 mana 5/9 on turn 4. Just a Kiora's Follower. Alright, so I can play the Ash Zealot and hold up Sajiri Shelter. I am not going to be casting the Hero of Iroas this turn. So that's just going to be first strike damage. And hit for 5. Alright, opponent has another land drop. And Sajiri Shelter, possibly not even needed. Lovely. That's just how you draw that up. Like, if you had to imagine what you wanted a red-white heroic game to look like, that's it. So notably, they could have chump blocked my Trailblazer twice and saved a ton of life, but they chose to trade off with other random creatures instead. So they could have done that. They could have managed that better, I think, but not much better. Blue-green, just too janky, too slow. Red-white is the way to go. Alright, this is less exciting, but I think we keep it and just trust we are going to top deck some cards to do things we want to do, like Dragon Mantle, for instance. So we have the hero out. We could Dragon Mantle it immediately. We could play out Anax and Cymede and Dragon Mantle later. I think we Dragon Mantle immediately. Just get a big guy going. Draw a card. And attack. So that is just a 2/2 reach. Which, I'm not going to lie, is very low on the list of frightening things. I'm going to play out my other creatures. And again, just going to have to hope that I do end up drawing, like, any gas. If I don't draw any gas, this could get quite awkward quite quickly. But if I do draw gas, oh boy. Alright, Swift Reckoning kills my boy. Ordeal of Perforos. Alright, well, this won us the game last time. Yep. Just got a 2/6. I could Boulder Salvo that. I don't think I'm going to. I think I can get something more threatening than a 2/2 reach with my Boulder Salvo. Alright, we have another hero. Stasis Snare. Alright. That's fine. I'm going to play out Anax and Cymede. And we are having our threats removed. And our opponent finds their own hero. Alright, we can Witch's Mark, Anax, and Cymede. I think we discard the hero of Iroas. And no, I think we Boulder Salvo kill their hero. See if this dies. And it does. But they have the Ardenvale Tactician to slow my roll. Alright, this is a much more interactive game of Magic than I want to be playing. We're still doing fine, but fine is not great. Our green-white opponent is getting stabilized. Well, not quite stabilized, but oh, they attacked. Alright. I don't love to see that. We can only have one good attack this turn. And I guess we will run out Legion Loyalist. So this will give my stuff First Strike and Trample, if I want to attack with it. Which I don't at the moment, because they have decent blockers. So yeah, I am currently in the position of I need to draw something good. And I need for them to not draw Pelucanos World Eater. Yikes. Well, I think we've lost. I think they're going to monstrosity that and like wipe my entire board in one go. Right, they can do monstrosity for like... They have 6 mana, so I guess only X equals 2, but like if they have another land, it's X equals 3 and they kill my Annex. Yeah, okay. So they're going to get rid of my 2 smaller guys. Okay, well... Yikes. We're going to need something crazy. How about a basic land? Yeah, so we just drew an absurd amount of lands that game. If we had drawn more spells, we probably would have run over them. But obviously it's hard to say for sure, but we just need to not flood. And we have like several Witch's Marks, so we should be able to not flood, but we did anyway. Currently waiting. Yeah, so we got another one here. This is fine, I guess. I'm going to play a basic mountain. If I top deck another basic mountain, I can get my Ash Zealot going. Otherwise, we're just going to be playing lands. Another green-white opponent. What is with my opponents this game and playing green-white? I'm going to Heliod's Pilgrim. And grab... probably Ordeal of Perforos. I do need to draw more lands. And my opponent has played a 3-mana 4/4. Wonderful. So this can't even attack. I will be able to attack within the future with Artful Maneuver, but... yeah, I mean, this is the problem with playing aggressive decks in Limited, is that Limited decks stumble a lot, and then this happens. Alright, well, I can make this attack. But we're going to be Ardenvale Tacticianing just to stem the bleeding a little bit. Yeah, we kept a 3-lander. We never drew another land. And we can keep them tapped down somewhat. Alright, opponent has a Selesnya Charm, of course. Alright, surely a Witch's Mark will find me another land. It's well past the point where Ash Zealot is going to be a thing, and it does. Alright. So that is pretty big for me. I can kill their Smiter. And I think we have to stay on the defensive awkwardly. So our opponent is playing 3 colors and just never being punished for it. And they can blow up my Ordeal. I mean, I'll take the block. They're going to have another combat trick, of course. Yeah, that isn't... Yeah. Alright, well... Yep, opponent just gets to play all the colors and never be punished for it. Meanwhile, I get obliterated for playing a 2-color deck. Right, and that even enters tapped. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not dead yet. This is the classic Magic experience. Your 2-color deck stumbles and dies while their 3-color deck curves out perfectly. Populate, of course, because why not? Yep. And I died. Alright, I need to get a streak of wins here. Otherwise, we are going to be in the opposite of Value Town. So, please, deck, be kind to me. Alright, well this is 1, 2, 3, and we'll draw our heroic payoffs either at some point or off of the Heliod's Pilgrim. Alright, no attacks this turn. Our opponent is white-black, Imperious Oligarch. We are flooding out, as always. I would love to take Dragon Mantle, honestly. I think I can make this trade and I'm happy with it. So Dragon Mantle is gonna be a lot because I have a lot of red mana this game. Alright, they are attacking for 1, just fine by me. This feels like they have a removal spell, but I have to do my thing. Alright. Not a good removal spell, just an Ardbale Tactician. That's fine. And I drew a Wild Slash, which is not great, but is something. I'm not gonna kill their 1/1 flyer. I erase that too easily. Alright, now they have 2/3 flyer. Alright, so there's no reason to play that pre-combat. I think I attack with both and Wild Slash to kill it if they block the Pilgrim. Alright, now we go to damage. And I can afford to spend that much. Alright, and play out Anax and Cymede. And we just have to hope that this is enough somehow. Knightly Valor. That's terrifying. Does that give Vigilance too? Of course it does. Alright, so Witch's Mark here makes the entire team better temporarily. Ordeal of Perforos here to make it a good attacker. And Wild Slash doesn't make the Heliod's Pilgrims a safe attack into the Syndicate Messenger. But oh, I could have. Oh, and they all right, they conceded. I could have aimed that at the Syndicate Messenger and then also Wild Slashed it, and then I would have been super far ahead. That was better than what I did, but apparently what I did was good enough. All right, one more win. Give me another win. Give me another win so that I can have good value. This hand is great. Yep. I would prefer to be on the play, but... Am I on the play? I can't tell. I did not pay attention. I am on the play. Cool. Turn 1, Laguna Bay Trailblazer. Turn 2, Witch's Mark. Yeah, I think we still do this. I think we throw back the Ash Zealot, since it is not a heroic card. It's like not super great for my curve. They are playing Gates. Alright, I am just gonna try to run them down. And I think I play the Rimrock Knight since it has more power than the Hero of Iroas at the moment. I think next turn is going to be Anax and Cymede. And then we're just going to... Sajiri Shelter is great. We love that card. I think we love that card enough to hold it up. Alright, they're just making a 2-2. That is fine by me. Yep, they can take their block. I think with Sajiri Shelter, I play Hero of Iroas and just hold up the defensive spell so that if they try to kill me, I can blow them out. No, they're just running on Opal Lake Gatekeepers. Another Witch's Mark. Alright, so I think I target... Oh no, that already has a roll. I think I target the hero because it... I think I get rid of the Pilgrim because it's slow and clunky. So I could attack for 7. Yeah, I think we attack for 7 and just play out the Legion Loyalist, I guess. I could kill that, but I think I would rather save the Sajiri Shelter for actually saving a creature. This is potentially pretty awkward. I have slowed myself down a bit, a fair amount really, to hold up the Sajiri Shelter. So it might be that I end up too slow. No, they look like they're targeting me. Alright. Does the Sajiri Shelter kill them? I think it might. We're going to attack with everything. So if they block the hero, destroy target creature, it can't be regenerated. Alright, I am going to give you protection from blue. And I think that means they're dead. Yep. Alright, we got there. You stream this game often? Yeah, I stream this pretty much I stream this every day. Every other day, really. I also play Satisfactory, but yeah, I play a lot of Magic. Alright, we have gotten up to 3 wins, which is like the biggest break point in terms of value. So that's nice. So yeah, we're doing draft. We are playing Red White Heroic, which seems to have been entirely open in the draft pod. You're thinking to try it? Yeah, it's a fun game. This isn't Hearthstone. This is Magic the Gathering. Oh, I see. You have tried Hearthstone. Yeah, Magic is different from Hearthstone. I've dabbled in Hearthstone a while ago, and personally, I prefer Magic, but I understand that it's personal preference. Alright, so here we have a decent hand. We have Hero. We have a Dragon Mantle to buff him up, and a Sajiri Shelter to protect him. Alright, our Lagonid Band Trailblazer is right on time. Yeah, and they have the Wild Slash. It's unfortunate. Looks fun. Yes, it is very fun. I enjoy myself a lot playing this game. I think I'm just going to play out my creatures and set up so that whichever one doesn't die... Alright. Boros Reckoner. That's hilarious. It's very, very bad for me. We'll try it definitely. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, this is awkward. Boros Reckoner is kind of a nightmare. I guess we buff up the hero. And draw. So yeah, this is the situation we're in, where we're dealing damage to a Boros Reckoner, so they can just kill my hero in response. If I had known I was going to actually draw the land, I would have put the mantle on the Trailblazer, and would have been much better off, but too late now. Alright, they have their own Dragon Mantle. We are pretty much playing almost identical decks. They have Boros Reckoner. Alright, they are playing Boundary Lands Ranger, which is honestly encouraging for me. I don't think that card is particularly good. Any other games you stream? Yes. When I am not streaming this, I am playing Satisfactory, which is a factory builder game, similar to Factorio. You have resources, you convert them into parts, and you use those parts to build more machines to get more resources. So yeah, if you're enjoying the content, you can follow. It would be very helpful. You have seen that game. Yeah, cool. Alright, opponent is going crazy. They just randomly spent 1 mana on their Lagonid Band Trailblazer for no discernible reason. You gonna stream tomorrow? Yes. I stream every weekday at around 2 to 5-ish. I've been going later recently. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So my Pia and Kira Nalaara is pretty good here. I can snipe down these 2 guys at least. The Lagonid Band Trailblazer contest is super awkward for me, though. So this guy's just got a lot of toughness. It's very hard to kill. You stream just for fun? Right now it's just for fun. You know, it would be nice to grow big enough to like make a career off of it later, but It's not happening at the moment. Alright, so they're going to flash in a stasis snare to kill my Pia and Kira Nalar. That's fine. I will kill their other 2 toughness creature in response. Alright, so that... Ooh, compulsory rest is good. Yeah. A lot of those... I've played Zelda. I've played some Final Fantasy. Not as much as I would have liked, but some. And... yeah, those games are all quite good. Another Boundary Lands Ranger. Opponent sure does love their 2-mana 2/2s. Alright, Witch's Mark is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, got to discard this Sajiri Shelter, but 2 lands is not worth it. 2 lands is not even remotely worth it. But we are going to attack. So this guy can't attack or block. So we do have good attacks. Yep. They're sacking it to gain their 2 life back. And they have the removal spell for mine. Alright, my opponent has drawn less mana than I have, which means they probably win this game. But we're going to play it out. At this time you usually stream, yes. I normally start at 2 p.m. Eastern, and I normally go till 5. Recently I've been trying to go later, so we'll see when we end today, but somewhere around there. Alright, I'm just going to take 2 from this a couple of times. It's not really threatening. Alright, Draconic Roar, that's a second good removal spell. So at the very least, we're not going to die anytime soon. I think I will Wild Slash this now that I have a second removal spell. For joining my next stream, thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I just keep drawing lands. Opponent's also not short on mana. Alright, I have a creature. So that's progress. Are you new on Twitch? New-ish. I've been going for a couple weeks. So yeah, not super old, but you know. Right, so that is Prowess, which is very scary. Heliod's Pilgrim is a great draw. Just gonna run that one out. Grab my Ordeal of Perforos. And I think I put it on the Rimrock Knight. I don't know. It's difficult to say. Alright. We've done it. They have tapped out, so I can kill their guy. I'm not going to reveal Dragon. So unfortunately, they do get to remove my Rimrock Knight, which also takes my Ordeal of Perforos with it. So we have a Sajiri Shelter, which is fine. And we do have the only creature on the board right now. That's something. Alright, Anax and Cymede is great. This is actual pressure. You got the chatting talents? Yeah, I don't know, it's not really a talent, right? It's just talking to people. Yeah, well, thank you. It's good to hear that. Alright. A Crowan Crusader. I guess we play this. So we are definitely ahead now. We have the Sajiri shelter to even buy us some time. So I just need to keep top decking well, like Legion Loyalist is another creature that can attack. And we're just going to keep... You don't have set up any custom panels yet? Yeah, that's one of those things that, like, I keep thinking, oh, I'll set that up soon, I'll set that up soon. But, yeah, I do need to do that at some point. And I will do it probably soon. But, you know, it's very much a work in progress. Alright, this hand is fine. Not exciting, but we got creatures. We got lands. Do you have any idea in mind? See, that's sort of the problem, is figuring out exactly what it is that I want to do. Alright. We're just going to play out our creatures. This one doesn't have haste, so I should have waited until post-combat to play it, but I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm fine with them using a Draconic Roar on my Legion Loyalist. Oh no, they've revealed a Dragon Lord Atarka. Alright, we need to kill them quickly. We need to kill them quickly. Something related to magic would be cool, yeah. I agree. Alright. So we are going to Witch's Mark. We play the most. Yeah. Definitely. Something like that. Alright. Are these lands, like, playable as lands? No, I played a land this turn. You have some concepts? No thanks. I'm not really looking to, like, outsource that. I'll fiddle around with it on my own time. Are you on Instagram? No, I'm on Blue Sky. I'm here on Twitch. Not so much Instagram. Alright, so we had a rough start here, but we have definitely pulled it back, and this draft has actually ended up going quite well. Discord. I haven't, like, set up, like, public, like, Discord stuff yet. I don't know. I'll work on that as well. That's something that I think another person or two have asked about. I'm gonna get... I think Discord is something that I'm gonna set up soon, probably. Alright, this hand is fine. Another not very exciting hand, but we're gonna keep it. Oh, just an account. Yeah, I do have a Discord account. Yeah, I'll post it in the description soon. I don't know. Alright, we're going to attack. If they block, we can Artful Maneuver and get them. If they don't block, we can just play a 2-3. Got him. Alright, that is one creature down. Yeah, sure, I mean, that seems fine. I'm sort of like in the middle of a stream. I'll figure that out after the stream, and we can go from there. I think we play Pia and Kieran Nalar. Just get some 1/1s. Attack what? Oh, that gives lifelink. That's horrifying. Alright, so they have a big guy. I don't really know how I'm going to deal with that. Oh, they have a very big guy. Okay. Yep, that's an 8/8 trample lifelinker. I have no real way of dealing with that. Well, I do have one way, which is Hardened Veil Tactician, I guess. I'm going to run out our 2/2. And we are going to just tap that down. And then hopefully that's enough. Alright. The good news is they're putting all their eggs in a single basket, which gives me a slight glimmer of hope. And I guess I will tap my own guy to trigger it. Well, this is not great. We can attack for a bunch, but unfortunately they have an 11/11 lifelinker. And I do not have more tempo stuff. This doesn't kill it. This doesn't block enough to save me. So unfortunately we have died. Still, pretty good run. Pretty good run. Still 5-3. Definitely above average. And we're gonna do another one. And finding a draft table. All right. So this is the part that I'm not very good at. Burning Anger. That seems great. It's very expensive. That's the problem. So if I don't take that, it could be Martial Glory for heroic purposes, but it's probably just Burning Anger. Can you share your Discord username? Yeah, hang on. This is very time sensitive. Once I'm done with this draft portion, I will get back to you. Hero of Iroas is great. Yeah, the timers on this is quite strict, and I don't want to be the one taking everything up. Although, maybe I can... No, okay. Coordinated Assault is a great combat trick. Alright. This is taking a while. I think I might be able to... Alright. I'm looking through Discord to try to find out where it says my username. Alright, apparently everyone is just being very slow. Alright, the pack has come back. Phalanx Tactics is quite good. Witch's Mark is great. I feel like this just blows people out a lot. I'm going to take that. Your Discord request shows up in spam? That's weird. Yeah. Alright. Okay, hang on. Now I'm flipping through, trying to do too many things at once. I'm going to take Rimrock Knight because it's a good card. And Ordeal of Perforos was fine. One of my opponents almost completely destroyed me with Knightly Valor, though, so I think I'm going to take that and see what that does. Okay, this pack is no good. Take that card, which unfortunately is pretty bad, but it's not the worst, though. Alright, Witch's Mark is a great card. Served me very well last time, and we're just running back the same deck, I guess. Which is a bit awkward, but whatever. Alright, I guess we take Martial Glory as more combat trick, more heroic triggers, but we do need the actual cards that have heroic, which could be a bit of a problem. Alright. Deal of Perforos. So we're going to have lots of stuff. Alright, so the problem is we're going to need more actual creatures with heroic. Like more Laguna and Trailblazers. We have the stuff to trigger it off of. We have the spells. We got a Boros Guildgate, so maybe our mana will be fine. Fall of the Hammer is pretty good to get this late. And random card. 10th District Legionnaire is exactly what I want to be seeing here. Take that easily. And Phalanx Leader is also great. Another 10th District Legionnaire. You love to see that. Fantastic card. So now I have 6 creatures and like 11-ish things to trigger it. So we definitely just need like a Crowing Crusader. And Sajiri Shelter is fantastic. Protection. I don't think I ever I used it to win one game last time. There's also can be a land if I need lands. I'm only at 7 creatures so far. Do I take War Oracle? It's kind of mediocre, but it's probably going to be cut. If assuming I get good creatures, that'll be cut, but hopefully that'll be cut. Otherwise, we're in a bit of trouble. Waiting on other players to pass a draft pack. Alright, there's one coming. Alright, there's another heroic creature. It's fantastic news. I think this deck is so far, like, we're only halfway into pack 2, and I'm liking this a lot better than the first one. And this pack is not great. We're just going to take an Ash Zealot. And I guess another Boros Guildgate. And Boundary Lands Ranger. And I guess a Martial Glory. It's fine. I think we take a removal spell, to the extent to which removal spells work. And that's no good. Alright. What's the holdup? The opponent on the opposite side of the draft pool. Alright. We get another Martial Glory. Very late. And a random Aqueous Form. Alright, so here we have Ardenvale Tactician. Pops out to me. Pretty much just Ardenvale Tactician. I guess Celestial Archon, kind of, but not so much. Perforos God of the Forge. I could see that being a thing. Is it good? I mean, it's probably going to get, like, a couple of triggers. I can't imagine that Devotion triggers, though. But it's probably just cool enough to take anyway. Another Phalanx Leader. It's another easy pick. Alright, so now we have 14 creatures and plenty of enchantments. Dragon Mantle is a good card. Love just a couple more good cards. I think we're mostly there. Not quite, almost. Just like another minute or two. I mean, none of these are any good. Yeah, so the way draft works, if you're not super familiar, is like these packs go around and you pick one card from each until there are none of them left. And so there are 3 packs total, and we're like halfway through pack 3. And I'm just going to take Ardenvale Tactician. Scourge of Valkus. What is this? X is the number of dragons you control. I mean, there's a reason that's come around here, and it's because it's a giant do-nothing creature. I think I'd rather take the Akum Warrior because it's a land sometimes. Scab Clan Berserker is fine. Another removal spell is great. So I think that's the thing this deck is missing. I think it is a bit lower on removal than the previous one, which isn't terrible, but you know. Alright, asking you shall receive. There's Wild Flash. I guess a Scytheclaw Raptor is fine. It's like a 3-mana 4/3. Just take some random card. And a random card. And somehow the last pick was something that might end up in my deck. Alright. So that is that. Now I have time. So I believe... Alright. It is... Yeah, the 8 of spades. The 8 is the number. The S is capitalized, if that matters. And the number is 0669. And that's that. Alright. So now, cutting cards from our beautiful deck. This can go immediately. It's like 7 mana to bestow it. It's a 4 mana 3/3. Burning Anger is probably too expensive. But boy, if it works, it would be cool. Yep, alright. Friend. I got an alert saying I got a friend request, but I am bad at Discord, so I do not know where to actually click to accept that. Pending. Friend. Is it message requests? No. Alright. Inbox? No. View friend requests. Ah, yes, it is in spam. Alright. Found it. Alright, I have accepted. And now back to deck building. Alright, so in terms of cuts, Ash Zealot is just not very exciting. What's the ratios looking like here? We have 18 creatures, 12 instants, 3 sorceries, 4 enchantments. I think that's too many instants. Alright, so we could definitely get rid of that. It's not good. Yep. Cool. Let's see here. I don't think I need 4 martial glory. Yeah, cool, thanks. I don't need 4 of these, definitely. Do I need any? What if I cut all 4 of them? It's probably fine. The curve visualization is kind of crazy. I think we get rid of those 2 since they're just sort of like random 2-mana creatures. Still need 6 more cuts. Or Oracle, right, I wanted to cut that. Scytheclaw Raptor, I wanted to cut that. Only 4 more cuts already. And we are looking at like 15 instant sorceries, enchantments. Some of those will trigger heroic, some of them won't. Only 13 creatures is a bit dubious. I do not like playing a creature deck with only 13 creatures. But Scab Clan Berserker isn't good either, so I'll cut that. So I need to cut some spells, which are probably going to be the Fall of the Hammers. It's just not as reliable a removal spell as a lot of this other stuff. Am I happy with Guild Gates in my aggressive deck? Yes, but barely. Alright, we are gonna try this. I think this is better than the last one. I could be wrong, but I think this is better. I don't think I have any Laguna Band Trailblazers though, which is awkward because that's just 1 mana heroic guy. Alright, JSauce, Kevin here. Okay, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry for making fun of your username, opponent. So I'm just going to run out a 10th District Legionnaire on 2, and then probably Ordeal of Perforos on 3, and Rimrock Knighted on 3, and then hopefully they just explode. I think they mulliganed a couple times. Alright. They're playing Golgari. Hopefully I attack them with 10th District Legionnaire a couple times and they die. Oh, they are playing Gates? Golgari, Guildgate into Mountain. And to cast Blood Tithe Harvester. Alright, well, I think I Ordeal of Perforos that. So that gets it a counter. That is a 4th land. I think we bottom it looking for a better 4th land. And yeah, we attack. Get another counter. And after no blocks, we are going to Rimrock Knight, get another counter. I think we bottom that in search of another land. So we just swing for 7 on turn 3 and limited, no big deal. They are likely to have a removal spell though. But if they're in red, they might not be able to deal 5. A Butler. That's fine. I don't really care about that. Alright, they are passing, looks like, to combat at least. Alright, they are passing past combat, not attacking with the Blood Tithe Harvester, which probably means they intend to block with it. Well, I'm just going to jam with my 10th District Legionnaire and crack this Ordeal to get rid of their blockers. And so this deals 3 to the Blood Tithe Harvester, which kills it. Alright, I could pump it up even more. I think I'll let this hit for 6 be okay. Yeah, I forgot that they could even block. Alright, so yeah. That can happen. They can get back their Nemesis of Mortals or something, maybe, into their hand. I'll play a Rimrock Knight. Okay, they're just getting back the Blood Tithe Harvester itself. And play Rimrock Knight. Sadly, no land for the turn, but they are super close to dead. So I have 9 power on board. Coordinated Assault is lethal if they only have blockers. So if this is their only blocker and they don't have anything else to do, they're dead. I even hit the land. Alright, you can go away. Not going to reveal a dragon card. They are thinking. And they concede. Alright. Easy game 1. No idea what my opponent was doing. It was far too greedy. You simply cannot be that slow. We're gonna go again. Alright, this is all red sources and all white spells, except for Dragon Mantle, which I can't play. This is unfortunately a mulligan. This is not exciting, but it's fine. I think I throw back a land. We have the Guild Gate for perfect mana. They have a Rimrock Knight. Well, you're never gonna guess what. You're never gonna believe it. But I also have a Rimrock Knight. So neither of these can block. They have a Witch's Mark for theirs. And a Wild Slash to kill mine. Alright, this is not great for me. Especially if I just keep drawing lands. I would love to draw spells in this game of Magic the Gathering, which I have not done yet. We have a Legion Loyalist. And an attack for 5, which I just have to take. And another Witch's Mark. Very scary. Well, I guess I can cast this, not targeting any creatures. Okay, Winged Steed Rider is not gonna be good enough here, I don't think. Spirit of the Labyrinth. Got my Witch's Mark through just in time. I'm being attacked for 6. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I guess I'll play my Wingsteed Rider. I'll put a Dragon Mantle on it. And then maybe this will draw me into a Wild Slash or something that can keep me in the game. Ah, right. Of course. Spirit of the Labyrinth says I can't even try that, which means I am dead. Alright, this is more like it. We got 10th District Legionnaires, and we got enchantments to put on them. We're going to keep this, of course. Opponent is, again, a mirror match. Hopefully my 10th District Legionnaires will be better than their Crowan Crusaders, but we'll see. Alright, Rimrock Knight can't block, so this is a good attack. Now it's just going to be a question of not dying to them doing their thing. So Ordeal of Perforos might help with that. Alright, well, we drew another 1-drop. So all of these are red spells, and I only have 1 red mana, so I can definitely play the Guildgate. The Perforos will make my 10th District Legionnaire. Okay, I don't think I need more mana after that. So I am attacking for 4. And the Ordeal will fire off next turn and kill probably the Rimrock Knight. And hopefully that will be enough, plus some other stuff to stabilize. Or we could just get Fight with Fired. Alright, we ended up drawing another land anyway. So I can kill the Rimrock Knight and put a Mantle on my Crusader, get another 1/1, and draw a card. So we have blockers. We're only going to be taking 1 damage. We're only going to be taking 1 damage in the air this turn, unless something changes. The Boulder Salvo. Right. We've almost stabilized. We haven't yet, but we are kind of close. Absolutely scry that to the bottom. Toss back a tap land. Alright, I think we have to keep holding back. I have a 4/4, I have a Wild Slash. Do I take the one? I don't think I do. I think I just kill that and stay at a nice healthy 6. They can run out of Mentor the Meek. Alright, so this is the position we're in. Where pretty much I need... Yes, Rimrock Knight is great. They can't block, though. So I'm just going to target the Phalanx Leader. Get my guys even bigger. And I think we have to start pressuring them at some point. I still have a blocker back. So them attacking all out is scary here. Because if they can't kill me with their attack, then I could kill them back. All right, they have a Gear Crafter, which is very unfortunate. So they're going to get to draw 2 cards off of that. Not to mention the 2 bodies. And I think they attack with their 2/2s. Yep. I'm going to block the Mentor. Go to 3. And we're 1 damage shy of killing them if we could have gotten rid of their blockers. So I guess we're just going to make our attack and hope that they have literal nothing. If they have literal nothing, we can live this turn. Nope, they have something. Okay. Yeah, they have a whole lot of something. Yeah, okay. Without that, there's no hope of them making a mistake here. Alright, we are at 1 win, 2 losses, which is not good. We're going to need to run well from here to pick up. We need to get a bunch of wins in a row. We need to get a bunch of wins in a row. Alright, this is not great, but it's fine. We get to see if Phalanx Tactics is actually good. It's another Heroic Mirror. Jeez. Alright, well I'm going to play my 2/2. Hero of Iroas is quite good if they don't kill it. Alright, they are playing Humble Defector. I am absolutely 100% not a believer in Humble Defector. I'm going to make my hero big. I think we discard Perforos. I think that's just a bit too zany. And I think we just go all in on pressuring them. So they're at 13 now. They have to respect my 5/5. Alright, they have a 10th District Legionnaire. But they are on the back foot a little bit here. Alright, so I can go Phalanx Leader, Rimrock Knight, attack for 5, and Phalanx Tactics next turn is probably going to be devastating for them. And I think there's no realistic way that I die at 15. If they want to activate that, you know, they can feel free. Alright, so they've just played a 3/3 haste and a Dragon Mantle. So they cannot swing out. If they swing out, they don't have lethal, and they straight up die. I think I am fine with taking 6 here. Ooh, Ardenvale Tactician. I think means they're dead. I think we tap you, we tap you. Yeah, I'll take 2. And we Phalanx Tactics. Take another 2. And dead. Ardenvale Tactician, good card. So that was close, but we got there. Alright. And we get a random ICR, I guess. Alright, one more win to be in the not horribly embarrassing rewards category. And then another win after that to be in the pretty good rewards category. And then another win after that to be in the great rewards category. This is good. We have 10th District Legionnaire. We have stuff to put on it. If the 10th District Legionnaire dies on turn 2, it's going to be pretty bad. That is the one thing I will say, is that I do need my 10th District Legionnaire to live so I can put a Dragon Mantle on it. Alright, just an Undead Butler. That's fine. Alright, this is a land. This is a Dragon Mantle, targeting my 10th District Legionnaire. I need more lands and more creatures. Alright, well, White Source isn't really what I asked for, but I'll take it. And this is going to get them an Aetherling back, I guess? That seems bad. Obnixilis is cruelty, so yeah, this is the awkward part where we have to jam out an Ardenvale Tactician. We have a 2/3 flyer, but it is just a regular old 2/3 flyer. And they're getting the Obnixilis cruelty back. Yikes. I guess we attack. I could have pumped there to deal extra damage. No, I think we hold because they have the cruelty. They can kill my creature, so that is an instant. In we go. So this coordinated assault is pretty much just to tempt them to use the cruelty on the Rimrock Knight. They did not. Alright, so at least we are through that. And I think we still hold the ordeal because there's no reason to do it after attacks, really. Blood Scrivener and Knight something or other. Yeah, and that's bestowed. So either way, it's not... Yeah, so that's... Okay, it's not a lifelinker or anything. So at least we've got that going for us. I think we have to hold back this turn and try to draw something. Cruel Revival is indeed cruel. Another stupid butler. And now they're attacking in for 8. And I have drawn yet another land. This is so annoying. I think I've lost this game, which means, unfortunately, I think we are going to be in the super embarrassing result category. Yeah, I mean, and they can cast that too, and just completely obliterate me. Goodbye, Rimrock Knight. Perforos, this is not the time. Alright, well, we got dumpstered there, but we were running pretty well for a while. It's hard to complain about one bad beat. Alright, so unfortunately, that's not enough gems for Pioneer Draft, which means I think we just go back and do a good old-fashioned quick draft. Play some Duskmourn. Alright, so Duskmourn is completely different from Pioneer Masters, of course. And quick draft is a lot less stressful than premium draft. So Winter's Intervention is probably fine. Derelict Attic is probably fine. Grand Entryway is like kind of bad, but not super bad. I think we're gonna just, you know, pick one. We're gonna take a removal spell. And we could do Black-Green Delirium with Drag to the Roots. Let's try that. Let's try Black-Green Delirium. We're going to pick Drag to the Roots. And I guess we're just going to have all of the removal ever, because Withering Torment is also very good. Osseous Stick Twister. I remember being kind of mid, but I guess I can try it again to see if I was wrong. And Monstrous Emergence is kind of a bad removal spell. Withering Torment is a pretty good removal spell, so we'll take that. Rite of the Moth. I do love me some reanimation spells. I could just take a rat. I'm going to take Rite of the Moth. If green ends up being bad, then we can pivot into that. Haunted Screen is a fantastic card. Just looking to see. I mean, this maybe is forest cycling, but I think just the Haunted Screen has always been good pretty much every time I've played it. Alright, Greenhouse is pretty good. So Rickety Gazebo can turn on Delirium. Greenhouse can do color fixing, so I could even like play Rite of the Moth maybe. Off of Haunted Screen even. And we take the Attic. And I guess the 2/2 Death Touch is fine. And that's just like a filler, but it's decent filler. Fear of the Dark is not great top end, but it is top end. Cackling Slasher is probably going to be cut. Given to Violence, probably going to be cut. Abhorrent Oculus is in this pack. Abhorrent Oculus. I might rare draft that. Is anything else in here extremely exciting? No, I'm going to rare draft Abhorrent Oculus. And Leyline of the Void is in my colors, and it's also a good rare draft, so I'll take that. Killer's Mask, or I think we'll try Killer's Mask. I haven't tried that much. Patchwork Beastie is quite good. Moldering Gym is fine. Moldering Gym is pretty good. Bear Trap is great, though. I love me a Bear Trap. Especially when I'm trying to get artifacts to build Delirium. And yeah, we get another Moldering Gym. So Cynical Loner can turn on Delirium quite well, which I will take it for. What is this? The 3 mana 4/2 reach. Not exciting. I guess a big 6/5 never hurt anyone. What is this? Saw. Yeah, I don't like that. I think I'm just going to take another Bear Trap. Just have lots of removal to help turn on Delirium. And a Watchdog for surveilling. No, I don't really care about that. I guess I'll take the 2 mana 2/2 Death Toucher. And the Anthropede. Getting a Derelict Attic this late. I think I'll take another Greenhouse. And take a random card and a Swamp. Alright, Demonic Council is probably not great. Threats around every corner is good for lots of Manifest Dread, but I don't have lots of Manifest Dread. I think I might just take... So that can help me do... Marina Vendrell. Okay, that's a billion colors. I'm not doing that. But I think... I think I can afford a White Splash. Ooh, another Drag to the Roots is great, though. Valgavoth's Faithful. I love me some Reanimator. I do love Reanimator. Probably a little too much, but I love Reanimator. Murder. Just pick some removal spells. Make sure you have plenty of those. Make sure you have plenty of removal spells. Say its name to do Delirium, I guess. Cracked Skull, I guess, isn't super exciting, but... And then... Friendly Ghost, maybe? I guess we'll take Saw. This Living Phone. It's not very exciting, but... it's probably fine. More Appendage Amalgams, probably good. Another Derelict Attic. And a random guy. Alright, so... Now, in terms of... Delirium. We have 8 instants, 15 creatures, 7 artifacts, 10 enchantments, 2 sorceries, 17 lands. So this is fine for Delirium. Let's see here. What do I want to cut here? I need big top end, both for Rite of the Moth and just general purposes. I don't need Anthropede. Leyline of the Void would be very funny. We'll keep it in. Cackling Slasher is not good. Friendly Ghost is just making the splash a bit sketchier. So this is going to be either a 3 mana 2/1 or a 3 mana 3/3. Either way, it gets me a basic land. That's probably fine. I'm not excited about Killer's Mask or Cracked Skull. or living phone or saw. Wary watchdog is kind of filler. Flesh burrower is definitely filler. Given to violence is a bad combat trick. Need 3 more cuts. Three more cuts, what'll it be? Probably these, I guess. I don't know. And just winner's intervention. What do I cut? Yeah, I think I'll cut winner's intervention. Let's try this. We are technically 3-color. We only have like 2 planes. And we shouldn't really need to worry about that. We have a good amount of fixing as well, because green. Alright, we instantly start on the basic planes opener. This is fine though, as long as we hit another land, we can get... Yeah, okay, so this is fine, we can get our basic swamp. They're playing a defender that can attack if they have a room. Okay, sure. I'll play a stick twister. Alright, they are greenhousing and attacking. Yep. I think I play this guy. It draws me a card, which I will have be a basic swamp. And I may as well attack. Has lifelink, which means the race is pretty good. So I can just start hard casting Drag to the Roots if I need to. So they're doing that. Are they just straight up 5-color? Plains, forest, island, mountain? Are they straight up 5-color or are they missing black? That's the question. They didn't end up attacking. Seems good for me. I'm gonna just ramp. That has defender. So I could have played Widow's Walk and attacked for 6, or, well, no, that's attacks alone, so attack for 3. Maybe that was right, maybe not. Alright, they are dealing 4 damage to my Stick Twister, and permitting themselves to attack. Yep. Alright, so now I have artifact and creature in the bin. I can get instant in there very easily. I'm just gonna draw some cards here. Let's see what I get. Withering Torment. Withering Torment is good. So that's not really scary if it unlocks. That's... I think they just naturally have all of their colors, which is annoying. Fear of Burning Alive. Alright. I think I have to Withering Torment the Fear of Burning Alive. Actually, I probably should have done this the other way around. I'm going to have Drag to the Roots available. So I am at 5. And they have that, which can ping me for 1 on their end steps, which is pretty scary. Alright, they're going to give that ward. In response, I'm going to kill it. And if this doesn't work, then I'm in a lot of trouble. If they have like a protection spell of some kind. Alright, we got there. And that's 5 mana to unlock. Alright, and that is Underwater Tunnel, which they're surveilling to. And then the other side is make a 3/3 Manifest Dread. Alright, they've killed my guy. Well, I'm going to play a 6/5 and say hopefully they can't beat a 6/5 with ward discard a card. Hopefully that is just impossible for them. So I can kill that with Drag to the Roots. Alright, so I have 8 mana. That's 7 mana to fire up. So that's always just going to be a 4/4. This could gain lifelink, which could mess with the clock. Hard to say. I'm going to kill that and unlock the room, and then not attack. So they can't target this with that spell. Alright, they are manifesting Dread and putting a 1/1 counter on it, so they're going to get a 3/3 body. This is certainly a bit dicey. You win the game if there are 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms you control. Oh god. Well, shoot. So, if I attack here, then they don't have to block. Right? And I think they just unlock doors and win. Alright, they did block. I guess I'll fire this guy up. 'Twas a goat. So I don't think they have that right now. Yes, so they need to just unlock both of those rooms and then live the turn. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they unlock any room and don't die. And then they win. Yep. I mean, they got me. Yep, they got me good. The old unlock a billion rooms alternate win con. Pretty strong. Alright, let's see what we have here. Cadillac Johnson. Another classic basic plains start. Again, just draw any land And then this gets us the rest of the way there. Yep. Opponent is playing red. They're playing red-green. Alright, there's the right of the moth. Hand that feeds is gonna... They're definitely doing aggro-y stuff. I'm gonna play a 2-1 that gets me a swamp. Yoink. So I can bear trap something. They're playing their own centipede. Yep, that's understandable. So I could bear trap something. Or I could get a Cynical Loner down, but Cynical Loner is realistically not going to be attacking into this board. Alright, that is Menace. That is a good block. So I think I'm going to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life here. And then play out a Bear Trap to avoid discarding. And we did hit a second swamp, so we're good to go on colors. So now, I guess we just jam Fear of the Dark, and if they kill it, we Rite of the Moth it back, and if they kill it, we Rite of the Moth it back. The grind is real. They have a lot of creatures. They have a lot of creatures. And we are not super close to Delirium. Alright, Terramorphic Expanse. Which I can't really do this turn because I have to just play out my 5/5 to try to stem the bleeding. So this can still attack. The rest of them can attack if they want to. They do get to filter. Oh, they have that has destroy target enchantment on it. Yikes. Alright, I have gone to 1 against my opponent with 4 creatures in play. I have died, unfortunately. I don't want to go 0-3. I would like to get at least a win, maybe even a couple wins. Right. I mean, of all the events to go 0-3 in, I guess the quick draft isn't the worst. This one is fine. Why is the basic plane... I literally have 2 basic planes in the entire deck, and they are just always in all of my opening hands forever. So that's unfortunate. Okay, opponent is playing green. Yeah, I literally have 2 basic planes, and they are always showing up. Alright, well, I'm playing black-green. So I'm going to play my black lands and my green lands. I'm going to flash in Bear Trap. And I think I will hold to flash in the Appendage Amalgam at end of turn. Get some surveilling going. Maybe actually fill my yard and get Delirium for once. I have land in there already, which is good. So they are just manifesting Dread. Let me get my 3/2. And we're going to attack and surveil 1. Yes, that's pretty much primarily a reanimation target. It can go into the bin. Alright. Now we Derelict Attic. This is looking to be a slower game. They have not played any creatures. So we have enchantment, creature, land. We just need an artifact, and we are good to go. So this could be the artifact if they want to kill it. Or if they play a creature, then the bear trap can be the artifact. Exile target artifact. That's rude. Well, so much for getting Delirium off of that guy. Play a 3 toughness creature, please. Alright, well, I'm going to flash in another bear trap. I only have 1 swamp. Alright, second swamp acquired. And I have 4, 5, 6. So I can play this guy, get another swamp, and then still have Appendage, Amalgam, and Murder available. And Bear Trap for that matter. Alright, so that is just a giant guy. Yes, instant does count. We're going to just get rid of you. And now my guy is less embarrassing. I can unlock that. And attack for 4. Death Touch. So I do need more gas to close out this game. I'll play an Appendage Amalgam. Moldering Gym is pretty good. So I attack with one of these so that it gets Death Touch. Withering Torment is fine. Yep. So they are happy to trade because they get a Manifest Dread. I'm happy to trade because it's trading up 5-4 for a 4-3. And alright, Manifest Dread, putting a Fear of the Dark in is quite good. So that's going to be a bigger creature than they were expecting. I have these bear traps to deal with their silly little 2-2. The Roller Crusher Ride. It deals X damage to each of up to X target creatures. So, yeah, that can kill my 3-3, and I guess they can get an attack here if they want. They don't. I'll unlock the room to grab a forest, I guess. I'll turn this guy face up to get an 8-8 to attack with. 9 power Menace Death Touch. Pretty good. You have to remove it or you lose. Alright. So if they have removal, it's winter. I mean... I'll kill your 2-2. My guy has menace. Yep. Alright, cool. We got a win. Alright, we are officially not 0-3. We are 0-1. We just need to get a lot more wins consecutively so that this isn't terrible. Alright, well we have Terramorphic Expanse to get green, and then Moldering Gym can eventually get Plains, so this is fine. We're not really doing much with his hand, but I'm sure we'll draw something. Alright, opponent has immediately announced that they are black-green. Or just playing a random tap land. Alright, they've played a white card. So they're probably the same 3-color combination as I am. So that's fun. So that is a 2/2 Death Touch. That can give something else Death Touch. Not really scary. So the question is, which of their colors is the splash? Oh god, Unstoppable Slasher. Yeah, that's a card. How on earth? Well, I guess we're bear trapping them. And then drag to the roots. So we can deal with the slasher. But that's like at the cost of everything we own. Like, that's our entire turn twice in a row. Yeah. And you can take 3 damage. So it has counters on it. Wary Watchdog. Veteran Survivor. Which can eventually become hexproof. Alright, well. So we don't have to drag to the roots immediately. We can do Appendage Amalgam. So, because it's still going to have a counter on it this turn. So we can flash an Appendage Amalgam, trade for some stuff. Probably the Survivor. I assume they're just going to go all attack with all. Yep. To be expected. I'm going to flash in my guy and block the Survivor. Because I would really rather my stuff not get exiled. Alright, so we now have Delirium. So that's a big plus. And a second drag to the roots. Alright, so Slasher's gone forever. And I think we ramp because we gotta. And I think we get a Plains for our splash. So Rite of the Moth is now a thing we can do. We are still taking 5 this turn, which is quite a lot. Alright, so this is the one that gives everything Death Touch, so I drag that to the roots. We're not quite there, right? Yeah, so I have to block a 3-power thing and go to 1. Block or kill a 3-power thing, I guess. I guess we're going to 1. Yep, the mana is just not... We don't have enough. If we had another mana, I could have also dragged the Flesh Bird or the Roots and been fine. But they look like they might have a removal spell. Yep. Alright, we got dunked on. I don't know, the deck wasn't very good. I mean, I think we also ran kind of poorly. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're going to end it there. It's a good stopping point. Don't really have the gold to do another quick draft or the gems to do another premium draft. So we're going to call it there. I'm going to be back here streaming Satisfactory tomorrow. Yeah, that's about it. Satisfactory tomorrow, Magic the Gathering day after that, as per usual. Make sure to follow,